This program is brought to you in part by SalCal Real Estate Connections. Yes, welcome to round 2 of the Polo Grounds car show for the Children's Hospital. And believe me, you're in for a treat today as we continue to talk to different people and see different cars. It's been one just outstanding event here. I just cannot believe the cars and the people that have showed up to support the Children's Hospital. And boy, I'll tell you, I just can't wait to do this anytime we get a chance. Thank you. And yes, we have Dave here with this beautiful Lamborghini. I have never seen one like this. Dave, you got to talk to me about this car.
Well, it's a 1965 Lamborghini 350 GT. It's the first production model that Lamborghini made. They made 120 of them. They're all handmade. It's an alloy body stretched over a steel frame. It's got a 60-degree V12 with 4 cams, 2 dual-point distributors, and 6 Weber carburetors. It's got a 5-speed transmission and all Barani wheels with disc brakes all around.
So stepping on the gas could get exciting.
It is exciting, but it's not exciting in the sense of back in the day in the 60s, say a vet would have a better 0 to 60 time. This was a long-legged car. This is a car, a true Grand Touring car, a GT car. So it would really do 140, 150 miles an hour for half an hour, which we actually did. We did 140 miles an hour for a half an hour up in Nova Scotia many years ago with this car.
How long have you owned this car?
38 years. I bought it in 1983.
God bless you.
Well, it's been a love. Obviously, I've kept it over the years because I valued the car more than the money that I was offered for it. It's totally restored. I had it apart for 6 years. I totally dismantled it myself and I put it together myself.
Wow. You do good work.
Thank you. Well,
this car is gorgeous.
Thank you. There were other people involved, obviously. There was paint work done by others, but the interior, I took some liberty. I added black piping on the interior. It had no black piping. It was all monochromatic red. But it's turned out to be very reliable, and it's a lot of fun, and there's a real wow factor. Every time you bring it out, it's an event.
I can imagine this car attracts people.
Yes, it does. Yeah, whether you're fueling up at a gas station or just driving down the road, you constantly get high fives, and there's an awful lot of satisfaction to that. It brings joy to people.
It does. And you come to this event a lot?
No, actually, we missed it last year. We actually, the target was to be here last year, but 10 days before I had an issue with some universal joints and it put it down. And so as I put it back together, you had to sort it out, as they say. And I was in the process of sorting it out, which we now have done, because now we can hop in it, hit the key, it goes, it stops, it drives, and it's pretty reliable.
Well, I have to commend you. The car is gorgeous. I know you're going to do well here today, but judging by that smile, you're certainly going to have a good time. Dave, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You were excellent. And yes, Dave's Lamborghini. I mean, wow. The inside of this car looked better than a brand new car. And I have never seen one before. A 350 GT. And the car, I mean, where do you ever see a car like this? Look at the motor in this car. I mean, everywhere you look in this car looks mint. And how could you reproduce something like this? I just can't believe the cars we've seen here at the Children's Hospital show. Just phenomenal. And yes, that car, I'll tell you, the color and all, I would pay big money to put that car in my garage. And yes, we have Kim with this beautiful Fiat.
Yes.
500, I believe. So you got to tell me about this car.
Sure. So this has been on my bucket list for a long time, and it's a 1962 Fiat 500D convertible. The Italian name is a Cinquecento, and it's an amazing little car. I've been told it could get up to 69 miles per gallon. I don't know how true, but in today's day and age, that would be a good car to drive. The car has suicide doors, and I imported, actually, take a step back, I imported it from Catania, Sicily.
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 Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
Siciliano. So it has the original license plates. In Italy, the plate follows the car. So most people think the CT is Connecticut, but it's
So
Catania.
you bought this car in Sicily
I did.
and transported it here.
Yes, I imported it from Catania, Sicily. It came through New York in September of 2021. So it was completely restored with a few modifications. I have the original hardtop, and it has ABS brakes.
Now, did you restore or you bought it restored?
I bought it pretty much restored. It was very difficult to get this car restored in this country, but I partnered with a gentleman out of New York, Rosario, who has been a great resource, good friend now, and grew up, instead of playing soccer, he grew up working on cars, Fiats, and so
he knew 'em.
soup to nuts on, the cars, and so.
How did you get the connection to buy it?
Well, believe it or not, I've been searching for many years. When I was young and I went to Italy, I had about 100 pictures of me next to these cars before small cars were here in this country. So, like COVID made a lot of people do a lot of things. Life's too short. I felt that this was the time. So I found him on Facebook Marketplace. A little nervous, but we happened to make a call to him, and he had a container that had gotten quarantined during COVID. And so he said, come see my cars. I'm taking them off. And of course, those were already sold. So with a little bit of hemming and hawing and trying to decide, do it or not, life's too short. So I pulled the trigger, and I waited almost a year for it to come. So
I have to commend you. The car
Thank you.
is gorgeous, number one, and you never see them. I mean, not like this.
absolutely not. If you take a look here, it's really got everything original here in the car. So the gas tank is in the front, and the engine's in the back, and it's just a lot of attention. And
You get more attention with this car than anything in your life.
I absolutely do, even more than my husband.
Well, let me tell you, he lives with you to do this. He's got to be a good guy.
So everyone should do what they want in life. And
What? You just gave me inspiration.
I
I always wanted a Ferrari. Now I'm gonna get one.
You should go get your Ferrari, and I think I might get another one too.
Okay.
Nice
All right.
to meet you.
Kim, thank you, and
you.
I can't tell you how glad I'm to see you here and to support this cause. Number one.
Absolutely. Very
Thank you.
happy to be here. In Italian, they say piacere. Nice
Piacere.
to meet you.
Oh yeah, wow. I gotta learn my Italian too a little better.
Brian, what is that gold car? See that gold car there? It's an Avanti, I think. Or no, it's maybe a Ferrari.
Yes, the display went well with this Fiat, and I'll tell you, Kim has got a lot to be proud of. This little car attracted more people than you could imagine. I mean, every time I turned around, there was people looking at this car, and of course, yeah, here we go with that.
Or no, it's maybe a Ferrari.
Set up with the wine and picnic table, and oh boy, just a fun thing to come here at this wonderful event. I can't thank the people enough. The hospital for special care. People just put on an absolute gorgeous show. I'll tell you. Look at it. Look at the basket on the back of the car. Oh my dear, just a lot of fun and just a great time to be here. And yes, we got Peter here with this Sis Italia. I have never seen one of these cars. You got to tell me about
They
this car.
only made two of them. It's a 1950 Sis Italia Colombo. It's a 1100cc race car that raced in Sicily. And there was a sister car made that was right-hand drive. So one was a road course car, one was a race course car. And it was raced in Mount Etna and Targa Floria, all over Sicily. Not super successful. It wasn't bad. I saw some of the finishes. I have all the history on the car. It's a very interesting car you won't see obviously because they only made 2.
Did they do hill climbs too?
They did hill climbs, Mount Etna and Mount Pellegrino. You know the Pellegrino's water that we drink?
yes.
Yep, that's where it's from Mount Pellegrino. Yeah.
So, I mean, they only made 2. Do you know where the other one is?
The other one's somewhere. I don't know where it is. It exists. It's
I would love to
I
find
wish
it.
I had my book because I have pictures of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very, very neat car, and it's did recreations in Sicily. It's set up. You can drive it on the street. Has blinkers and a horn. They made it so it was street legal, so they could do the recreations down in Sicily. But now it lives in America.
Does Dad ever drive this car?
He has driven it. You have to be a small guy to drive it. By design, the pedals are very narrow. There's no room in this car. You have to be little. So any tall guy is out of luck. So to be a little Italian comes in handy
You know what? It pays to be a little Italian. That's all.
once in a while.
So tell me, how's your? You got a shop on Berlin
Yeah,
Turnpike?
I have a business in the Berlin Turnpike called Lombardo Motor Cars.
Been busy?
We've been busy, yep. We do a lot of Italian cars, sports cars, things like that. You know, it's collector cars. That's what we deal when we sell those. And
Alfa Romeo?
Alfa Romeos, Fiats, Maseratis, Ferraris, Lamborghinis.
I got to find my way into one, and
Come by
I'm sure we'll be talking.
Definitely.
Still got those Fiat race cars?
Still have the Fiat race cars, yep, yep. I have an old 500 like the one you saw over there, similar to that one. And Vespa motor scooters. It's like an Italian, everything's Italian.
Hit the lottery over there.
Italian lottery, yes.
Okay. Peter, it's a pleasure, and
Thank
I
you.
can't wait to come and see you.
Very good.
Take care,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Thank you. Excellent job. You know, when you come to an event, sometimes you just run across something you've never seen, and it's just something special that this car here is just, I couldn't believe it. I mean, Peter Lombardo's car. Wow. Sis Italia. I just couldn't believe the condition of it, number one, but the style of it and design. I mean, where do you see a car like this? Of course, being from Sicily helped, because that's like my favorite thing, being half Sicilian. And I'll tell you, what's a car? Wow. I mean, I can't wait to go to the shop on the Berlin Turnpike to look at this maybe a little more and talk to him about it, because it is certainly a very interesting car. And in reality, everything he touches kind of looks like this. Just a gorgeous car. And yes, we're going to talk to Shane, who's representing this car today, which to me it looks very unique. Shane, talk to me about it.
Yes, my boss, Doug Fernandez Sr., decided he wanted to do something different. So he bought the coupe, the 51 Ford Coupe, and he was wondering what to do with it. Then he came up with the idea of pairing it together with a 2016 Ford Mustang. With all the trims.
I guess that is different.
Yes, it sure is. It's an eye catcher on the highways.
I'm going to tell you something about Doug Fernandez that I want you to go back and tell him I told you. He used to paint cars in his garage for $10.
Okay,
How's that? How's that?
I questioned him about that. That's
Yeah.
all good.
Say, we remember the days you used to paint the cars in the garage, and you used to have to cover your hair because your girlfriend used to get mad from the fumes.
Oh my goodness, I'm definitely going to ask him about that one.
I am shocked. He did have one time have a sectioned Ford, like a 49. I don't know if this is a different car. It must be a different car.
Yes, this is a different car.
Yeah, he had a beautiful. We had a Hemi motor. Let me tell you, that man knows what he's doing.
Oh, he sure does. To come up with an idea of, making this a project, he really got into it. He really got into it and decided, you know what, I'm going to get it done. And he sure did.
Now, you work for him?
Yes, I used to work for him, but then he retired and he sold the business.
Turnpike Motors.
Turnpike Motors. I'm still working there.
Oh, wow. I can't get over that.
That's
And
pretty
yeah, He's a very talented man.
Oh, he sure is. He sure is. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back and tell some of my friends about this car. I'll tell you, because he is a special guy too.
Oh yes, he sure is. He's a real special person.
Is this your first time here, Shane?
No, actually, I brought this car here last year
Mm-hmm.
when they had the show, and I've been here a number of times before that.
Yeah.
Before all the COVID thing hit.
Yeah, it's got it's a great cause, and that's why we're here. It's just support this event.
Yeah, it's something that we all need to support, and I'm glad I was able to represent Doug Fernandez today and take, as I call it, Frankenstein out.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, when you tell him about the $10 paint job, he's gonna laugh like you wouldn't believe.
Okay, I will definitely ask him about that.
Okay, buddy.
Alrighty.
I want to thank you for your interview, Shane.
I thank you.
And tell Doug Larry said hello.
Okay, I will.
Okay, buddy.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's actually
Yes, talking to Shane about this car he represented today that Doug Fernandez had built was just unreal. Where in the hell world do you ever see a 51 Ford look like this and have a new Mustang frame and drivetrain? I mean, it's unreal. I can't even envision the hours it must be to put something like this together. And it was just a great thing to see here today. Want to thank them. And yes, we have Eric from Ledyard with this beautiful AMG. I'm telling you, this car really got my attention. Tell me about this car, Eric.
It's just 2016 AMG GTS. Bought it about 2 years ago. Pretty much got every bolt-on for modification done to it. But it's a beautiful car. I love driving this thing.
So it's got like twin turbos?
Yeah, it's got upgraded twin turbos.
Yeah. Is it the first time you've been to this event?
I was here last year just to display the GTS, but this year I did the parade as well.
Well, that's great. The event here is special for the Children's Hospital, and we certainly want to thank you for being here. And I hope we see you all the time. Do you go to other events?
I try to make as many events as I can. I work in California, so anytime I come back, I'm always looking for events to go to.
Now tell me, do you bring this like to a track day or anything?
I have not yet bring it to a track day, but eventually in the future I would like to, yes.
Driving this car, I'll tell you, it's got to be a hoot.
Oh, yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. So now, where'd you buy this car?
I actually got it in Warwick, Rhode Island.
Oh, is that right? Is the dealer there?
Yep. Inskip Mercedes. That's where I got it.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, I have to commend you. The car is gorgeous. I could see those twin turbos staring at me through that glass. And I hope you come every year, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.
No problem.
And good luck today.
Thank you.
Yes, this Eric's AMG. Wow, that's all I have to say. I love to drive this car. And yes,
pictures, please. No pictures.
Yes, David, we got the McLaren, huh?
Yes, sir.
You got to talk to me about this car.
Okay, so it's 2017 570S. It's called Volcano Yellow. And this car is not completely modified, but it's got a couple things to it. So it's got lowering springs, wheel spacers. We put downpipes, exhaust, no cats. We tuned it. The entire car is covered in paint protection film. This is the highest carbon fiber option from McLaren.
Wow.
So
Wow.
every single carbon that you can get from MSO is on this car. So the mirrors, the splitter, the roof, the rear deck, the split, everywhere, inside out. And it's been great. I've had it for about 6 months, and it's been an awesome, awesome car.
Have you ever had it on a track day or something like that?
So no, we do a lot of charity rally events. So we went to Tell the Dragon recently, and then Orlando, and then Miami. We do a couple events in New York every year, all over the world, but off the racetrack. I like to drive it, so I've put 15,000 miles on it with the mods it has, and it's been bulletproof.
Wow. Where are you from, David?
I'm from Boston.
Oh, wow. The Red Sox. Huh?
Yes, sir. The Red Sox.
Oh, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
Good. Yeah, they're doing good.
Now, where'd you get this car?
So I bought this out of Greenwich, Connecticut.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Miller.
No, another private dealership.
I didn't even know they had it.
Yeah, it wasn't a McLaren store. It just happened to be, there when I found it online, and just happened to be at the right place at the right time, and I pulled the trigger on it. And I'm very happy with it. It's the first McLaren. I had a GT3 before, but obviously with the mods and everything, it's a lot faster.
I love the color. I'm gonna tell you that color, man.
Yeah, it's got like green, red, sparkle. Depending on the sunlight, you can see it on camera. You won't be able to see much, but when you're up in person, you see all the glitter on it. It's really nice.
Well, we want to thank you for being here. It's always a great cause, and we hope to see you every year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, David.
For having me.
Thank you.
All right.
Let me get you a card. See if I got a card for you. And yes, David's McLaren. I mean, wow. This car was beautiful. In that color, volcano yellow. I mean, it sparkled like I've never seen. You had to be close up to look at this car. Everywhere you looked on it, it was just gorgeous. And everything that they offer in carbon fiber, this car had. And you could tell he is certainly a big enthusiast of this brand. And boy, we're just happy he was here. And yes, there was plenty of McLarens there, which I thought was kind of odd. There was, number-wise, there was plenty of them. And of course, at these events you see Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and believe me, there was a good share of Ferraris there too. No matter where you went, there was something special here. I really want to thank these people for having this show, and we hope to come here every year. That's how much we enjoyed being here today. And of course, I learned a few things today. I'll tell you, there were some very interesting cars. Going to give us a lot of good ideas, and hopefully maybe we'll get something done about it. Thank you. How would you like to do that? Yes, the fun lasted all day long. And believe me, it was just a fantastic event. Thank you for watching. This program is brought to you in part by R2 Pictures and real estate broker Larry Mangello. And yes, we also want to thank Flavor Queen for all their help and support, and look to do a little more things with them in the future. Thank you. Have a great weekend.